Know this about when to write lists and when not to. I've been a psychologist for 8 years and this is what I know. I just made a video about how make a list can be a great hack for getting things done when you're not motivated. I originally wanted to add some more points to the video, but I decided to instead make those into a separate video and also a little bit shorter one. My point in the last video was that what makes list writing a great tool for getting things done when you're not motivated is that it helps you assign yourself microtasks. Making a list or having a list that says what you have to do helps you to get started without much thinking needed. And splitting things up makes it easier because the task is smaller. I spoke about how low motivation is often present after a period of us being stressed out and why this hack can therefore be useful when we're experiencing this down period. In this video, I want to talk about how making a list can also be helpful when you're in the middle of experiencing stress and why. And last in this video, I want to talk about when, in my professional opinion, you should consider not writing lists. So, list writing helps you get started doing things when you're not motivated due to a down period. But as mentioned, it also has other purposes or side effects. Low motivation is not only something that I see during the down period after stress. Being acutely stressed out can also come with low motivation as a symptom. When we're very stressed out, our minds will often produce this as to signal to us to do less and to stop being so stressed. When we're experiencing being stressed out, it will often affect our minds in more ways than one. When we're stressed out, we can sometimes feel like that we can concentrate less or remember less well, or that our planning powers are lacking. We can feel like our inner efficiency secretary is taking a break, and that it seems difficult to do things because of our mind not being on full power. Here, list making is also a helpful strategy. Make a list takes into account what happens in our minds when we are stressed. When I'm stressed out, I know that my executive functions will be lower or challenged. This means that I'll find it harder to concentrate and embark on complex task solution. Here, having a list with microtasks can help so that I don't have to use my brain power to remember or concentrate. I basically just have to switch off my mind and look at what it says on the list. When I wrote the list, I will have already pre-planned the tasks. So when it says fill dishwasher, I know that I just have to go to the dishwasher and put in the things that I see on the counter. The task takes little concentration and planning and mostly just doing. When our minds are not functioning as normal, it can be a cause for a lot of frustration and we can often feel stuck. Having a strategy to get things done anyways or in spite of is helpful in many ways. One is that we actually get things done. Getting things done are important for returning to mental health or a balanced mind, as just doing nothing often leads to further stress or sometimes depressive moods. Another way it's helpful is that knowing what to do or having a plan or a strategy can help us in feeling less frustrated and help us become unstuck. When our minds are not working as normal, but we have an aid to help us get things done anyways, it helps us limit our frustrations. Of course, being stressed out and just having hacks to convince our struggling mind to get things done anyways is not how we should plan our lives. Dealing with the sources of our stress and helping us not be stressed out is of course recommended. But as many do end up getting stressed out from time to time, and that stressful periods in our lives are unavoidable, having a strategy to minimize the problems that comes with it and get us back on our feet sooner is a good thing in my mind. So when you're not motivated or stressed out, make a list works. But what about when you're then okay and normal? Should you then still use the strategy? This was one of the questions I asked myself when planning this video. Should I say something about this or not? And I like talking, so I chose, I'm going to say something about it. Because it sounds pretty straightforward, doesn't it? If make a list heightens your efficiency, then why not use it all the time? Of course, as always, you do you. But if you ask me, my answer would be probably not. Don't do this. Don't use this when you are okay. The reason why list writing with microtasks and crossing them off as you go should not be done when your mind is working normally, or with neutral tasks that you do not hate, is that it is likely a waste of your time, in best case that is. List writing is an aid when we have problems with our executive functions. When we don't have problems with our executive functions, we don't need it. As such, it's not helpful or likely to make us any more efficient. Using lists are for tired brains who needs assistance. It's not for optimizing or functioning better in general. In best case, you're just wasting your time writing the list, as you would normally be fully able to remember and start doing the tasks of the day. Or in worst case, and what I actually see a lot, is that list writing can cause anxiety in some individuals. If we don't have low motivation, stress related or otherwise, then we don't need to write down what we have to do. We should be able to remember and function without it. I often see that individuals who use lists when they're okay end up signaling to themselves that they had poor memory or concentration skills. And I often find that that's not the case and that that's wrong. Using an aid or tool when we don't need it can have side effects of us signaling to ourselves that we are not normal and that we cannot function normally. And that for many will be linked to anxiety. So, in summary, use Make a List when you're stressed out and low on motivation, but try to skip it when you're fine. Of course, list writing is a skill used for individuals with real problems with executive functioning, such as ADHD. Here it can be a very useful tool. I here recommend that the list writing technique is done in the beginning with a therapist or a counselor, so that the technique gets specially fitted to the ones needing it. I'll likely make a video on ADHD skills sometimes in the future. I think this was all we had time for. What was your takeaway from today's video? As always, feel free to take away the information you can use, if any, and leave the rest. Hopefully you found that today's topic made sense and I didn't waste your time. Please like, subscribe, watch another video. My channel is quite small and I would love to grow it so I can make even more videos. So please do something that helps me on that journey. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day and see you for the next one.